fighting in the war would reflect favorably and enhance their recognition in the United States. And the American government at that time also believed that African Americans were immune to tropical diseases. This belief was unfounded and was solely based on their racism against black and brown people.
Wow.
Kamusta? I'm Ray.
I'm Dio.
You guys, we're back at it again, reacting to African Americans in Filipino history.
Yeah.
Let's
Dope.
get into it.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Clan Makaraig.
What up with it?
I had to say it slow because I probably would have messed it up.
It's all
Clan,
good.
we love you, man. Thank you
Love
so
you.
much for supporting the channel. We appreciate you, bro.
Yes, we did.
3 things that we would love for you to do before we get to this reaction. Number 1, hit that like button. You gotta smash that thing. Come on, smash it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification.
Ding, and also follow us on our Instagram at real.dotv. Soon down yo, kami sa Instagram. Soon down yo, kami sa Instagram. Soon down yo, kami sa Instagram. And come on and clap your hands. And Facebook.
They go.
Mabuhay, o in Kapampangan lumig kayo. The month of February is celebrated as Black History Month here in the United States.
Oh, yes.
So today, let us learn more about the heroic African Americans and the Philippine-American War and the Filipino struggle for independence. Let's begin. At number 1, if you're not familiar with it, the Philippine-American War was a bloody war and genocide that immediately followed the romanticized Spanish-American War. And according to Bishop Henry M. Turner, the Philippine-American War that began in 1899 was an unholy war of conquest. At number 2, during the war, all African-American cavalries and black infantry regiments were sent to the Philippines to fight against the Filipino Revolutionaries and their struggle for independence.
Wow.
Many African-Americans felt that fighting in the war would reflect favorably and enhance their recognition in the United States. And the American government at that time also believed that African-Americans were immune to tropical diseases. This belief was unfounded and was solely based on their racism against black and brown people.
Wow.
Number 3, many in the black community were vocal in their opposition against the US invasion and occupation of the Philippines. Many of their newspaper articles and their leaders, such as journalist and early civil rights movement leader Ida B. Wells Barnett, supported the idea of Philippine independence. They strongly argued against the United States subjugating non-white people and against the beginnings of American imperialism. The African-American community understood very well the similarities of their struggle with that of the people of the Philippines. At number 4, and it was not only the African-Americans who understood this interconnected struggle. The Filipino revolutionaries also exposed black soldiers in the Philippines with propaganda to discourage them from being the instruments of white supremacy against another people of color. They addressed the similarities of lynching and racial discrimination in the United States with the violence and the bloodbath that the Americans were unleashing in the Philippines. And as a result, at number 5, many African-American soldiers defected and joined the Filipino Revolutionaries. These black soldiers were welcomed and were well respected within the Filipino movement for independence. Perhaps the most well-known of them was Private David Fagan, who would later become Captain Fagan in the Philippine Revolutionary Army.
Wow.
Captain Fagan became so successful in fighting the American soldiers that the US government would later place a highly priced bounty on his head. The sentiments of African American soldiers in the Philippines is summed up in this quote from Sergeant Middleton W. Sadler, who wrote, "We are now arrayed to meet a common foe, men of our own hue and color. Whether it is right to reduce these people to submission is not a question for soldiers to decide. Our oaths of allegiance know neither race, color, nor nation." And another black soldier wrote, "The white man's prejudice followed the Negro to the Philippines, 10,000 miles from where it originated." In summary, Black American soldiers felt closer sympathy and stood in solidarity with the brown people in their struggle, their common struggle, against white imperialism. So now what? Given the current social and political climate here in the United States, it is crucial for us Filipino-Americans to stand in solidarity with other oppressed and marginalized communities. The African Americans had once shed blood to fight for our people's independence, for our freedom. It is only just and right that we stand beside them as they fight to be recognized and be respected as human beings in this land of the free. Because we, people of color, immigrants, refugees, minorities, we all deserve to be treated with dignity,
Yes.
with regard for our basic human rights. And that is it for me today. To learn more about this topic, check out the links in the video description below. And until next time, kita-kits, or in Kapampangan, Nikitix. Bye!
Bye. Wonderful video.
Mabuhay.
He's our brother now.
He's our brother now.
He's our brother. A lot of the every Filipino is our brother and sister.
Absolutely, and he was urging the Filipino people to stand because the African Americans fought, for them. But the thing is, like, they are standing with us, even with recent events going on right now.
Absolutely.
All we've seen is, hey, we love you guys. We're here.
Yeah.
We're supporting y'all, and we've said nothing.
Yes.
But out of love and respect, they're commenting and they're saying, hey, we stand with you guys. Because the thing is, this stuff been going on for so long.
It has.
People getting killed all the time. People getting lynched all the time. And most of the time, it's just been done in secret.
Yeah.
And so you would think it was done away with, but just in the recent events, it's not done away with.
Yeah.
And there's so much that's going to be uncovered. But, we can't have hate in our hearts because of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said this the other day because the Bible talks about, murdering, and hate is as of murder. It's equal to. So we got to make sure we just keep love in our hearts.
Absolutely.
And pray for the people that are trying to keep others oppressed, because that's not the will of the God. The will of God, because He wants us all. Jesus died for a reason, and it's not to keep us oppressed. We're not here to oppress each other. We're here to love each other and push each other into our purposes and our destinies, because we're all here for something.
Amen.
And but we're here temporarily, so we have to stay focused, do what God has called us to do here, so we get it done. And when we get up there, He gonna say, "Well done." We're like, "Good, we checked out. We did what we
Yeah.
supposed to do."
Amen.
And this is a part of our assignment. I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then also, when he's just talking about the history between the African Americans and the Filipinos, it just makes sense, like, why we click so much with the Filipino culture, like, just him talking about the history of, like, them, like, sticking together, and, like, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why we click. You just click. We click with y'all.
I feel like I connect more with the Filipino people than I do my own people.
My own people, where I know that's crazy for us to say, but yeah.
It's true.
Y'all are people, like, for real. We love y'all.
Yeah, we love y'all.
Y'all rock.
Y'all support us, we support y'all, and we're coming soon. We just believe in God. We were talking about it the other day. Like, we have to get to the Philippines and stay for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Maybe forever.
The Lord gonna do a new thing in the Philippines. Y'all just gotta believe. Wait. It may not seem like it right now. He's gonna do a new thing, you guys. I'm encouraging you. Yeah, he's gonna do something great.
Good. This was good. So thank you all for the love. We love y'all for real.
Yeah. Love y'all.
Peace.